Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by. Today, I want to talk about something I'm pretty sure almost everyone has gone through, even if not everyone's ready to talk about it openly. I want to tell you a love story, or to be more accurate, how one of my love stories didn't exactly end with a happily ever after. You know, it wasn't they lived happily ever after, but more like, well, at least it was an experience. And now I'm a little smarter. I remember looking at couples who'd been together for years and thinking, that's it. That's the perfect picture. That's what you should strive for. And then I jumped into a relationship that, at first, seemed exactly like that. But over time, as often happens, the picture started to fall apart. Today, I want to share with you not just the dry fact of we broke up, but what led to it, the lessons I learned, and why, despite the pain, I'm grateful for the experience. It all started pretty typical, I guess. We met through mutual friends at a party. I felt that spark right away. You know, when your eyes meet and something just clicks inside. I thought, wow, this is something new. She was so vibrant, funny, with an amazing sense of humor. And most importantly, she listened to me. Truly, not just nodding, but asking questions, sharing her own thoughts. We had so many common interests. We both loved indie movies, long walks around the city, and we had a similar sense of humor. We could talk for hours about everything under the sun from space to silly memes. The first few months were just magical. We were inseparable. Every date, every message, every call, it all felt so meaningful. I was on cloud nine. It felt like I'd finally found the one, the person I was meant to go through life with. You get that feeling, right? That absolute certainty that this is your soulmate. I couldn't imagine anything going wrong back then. I was so wrapped up in that feeling that I probably missed some of the little red flags that were already starting to pop up. But, as often happens, after the euphoria comes reality, and reality wasn't quite as rosy. Gradually, almost imperceptibly, something started to change. At first, they were small things that I didn't pay much attention to. She started getting distracted more during our conversations, constantly checking her phone, even when we were having dinner together. I remember trying to tell her something important to me, and she'd just nod, looking off into the distance. Or here's another example. We always loved watching movies together. It was our thing. We'd pick a movie, grab popcorn, get comfy. But then she started getting glued to her phone right in the middle of watching. I might ask, "Are you enjoying the movie?" And she'd just say, "Oh yeah, it's fine." It was so strange. It was like she was there, but also miles away. I started to feel invisible. It's such an unpleasant feeling when you're with someone you love, but you still feel all alone. You know, there was one specific moment that really stuck with me. It was kind of a turning point for me. I really love cooking, and I always enjoyed spoiling her. She absolutely loved seafood pasta, so I decided to surprise her. I spent half the day finding the freshest seafood, looked up tons of recipes to make the perfect sauce, all evening in the kitchen. I was so excited for her reaction. She came home, tired from work. I put the plate in front of her, all happy and proud. She tasted it. And what do you think? She said, "Oh, that's good. Could you make something lighter tomorrow, Bo? I'm on a diet." And that was it. No thank you. No, you tried so hard. No, that's so sweet of you. Just something lighter. In that moment, I felt like someone had dumped a bucket of ice water on me. I couldn't understand it. I had put so much effort, so much love into it, and in return complete indifference. It wasn't a shout or an argument. It was a quiet, dull disappointment. I realized that my efforts, my feelings, my desires, they just didn't matter. That night was the first time I felt our paths really starting to diverge. After that incident, I started trying to change things. I tried to talk to her. I asked what was going on, why she seemed so distant. I'd say, "I feel like we're drifting apart. Is everything okay?" She'd always give the same answers. "Everything's fine. You're just overthinking. I'm tired." Or, "No, you're the one who changed, not me." I suggested we go out together, like we used to. I suggested we talk about our feelings, about the future. But she always found excuses. She was always too busy, too tired. And with every no, with every avoidance of a conversation, an invisible wall grew between us. It got higher and higher, and at some point, I realized it had become so impenetrable that I couldn't see her behind it anymore. It was agonizing. I tried to reach out, but I got nothing but silence or evasive answers. I felt emotionally drained, like I was the only one trying to save something that, perhaps, no longer existed. I started to wonder, is this still love? Or is it just habit? Or am I holding onto the image of a person I might never have truly known? We didn't break up with a bang. There were no hysterics, no broken dishes, no loud accusations. It was more like a slow dying ember. At some point, I just realized I didn't have the strength anymore. No strength to fight for something that, to me, seemed already dead. We just stopped being together. It happened quietly. I remember one time we were just sitting on opposite ends of the couch, each on our phones, and there was such a deafening silence between us. And I thought, this isn't the life I want. These aren't the relationships I dreamed of. And that's when I knew it was time. It hurt. A lot. Maybe even more than if it had been a sudden, dramatic breakup. Because it was like watching something slowly die right in front of your eyes, and there was nothing you could do. I grieved. I was angry. I felt empty. But, you know what's most interesting? Now, looking back, I realize that this experience was one of the most valuable in my life. It taught me so much. First, to listen to myself. To stop ignoring those little alarms, those uncomfortable feelings. If something feels off, it's not your overthinking. It's your inner voice trying to tell you something. Second, to understand my needs. I realized how important it is for me to be heard, that I need reciprocity, that I need to feel like my efforts are appreciated. And if that's not there, then maybe it's not the right person or the right relationship. Third, not to be afraid to let go. That's probably the hardest part. To let go of what no longer brings you joy, what's dragging you down. To let go of what was once beautiful but has now become a source of pain. It takes courage, but it's liberating. And finally, I learned to be grateful. Grateful for this experience, even if it was painful, because it made me stronger, wiser. It helped me understand what I want from relationships, and what I definitely don't. It helped me grow as a person. So yeah, my love story didn't end with a fairy tale ending, but it ended with something just as important: understanding. Understanding myself. Understanding that life goes on, and that after every closed door, a new one always opens. If you're going through something similar right now, know that you're not alone. It's tough, but you'll get through it. And remember, it's not the end of the world. It's just the end of one chapter, and the beginning of a new one. And I truly believe that somewhere out there, there's someone who will not only appreciate your seafood pasta, but appreciate all of you. Thanks for listening to my story. Share your thoughts in the comments. Maybe you have a similar experience you're willing to share. I'd be interested to hear it. See you in the next video.